Do you like viruses and fluffy grey eyebrows? Of course you do, because you love Doctor Who and the Invisible Enemy, a 1977 4-part Tom Baker serial with all the shrinking, cloning, bacteria-based goodness that a Doctor Who fan needs. But it's most notable in the grand scheme of things for its fleeting one-off appearance from this mysterious grey mouse, never to be seen again. Of course, I'm being dead stupid there. I don't even know why I said that. Invisible Enemy was on my request list, so I thought I'd take the deep dive. Chosen chimp here. I can't fully assure you guys that this serial has stood the test of time in every capacity, but I'm not saying they didn't try, and not all of it is bad. There is at least one segment that I think is awesome, and we will get to that. I think there's a certain number of fans who have extremely fond memories of this one, and I am here to serve. So let's do this. 2 TARDIS control consoles. Now I really have seen everything. Well, yeah, you just forget about that, don't you? The Doctor and Leela are caught up in this business here. 3 astronauts getting caught in a storm, and now look, this has happened to them. Their personality kind of remains intact, but now they have the undying compulsion to serve and propagate a malignant parasite with ideas above its station. One that also refers to itself as a swarm. They're heading to this base on Titan, a popular location for sci-fi settings all across the storytelling spectrum. We're all the way forward in the ballpark date of 5000 AD approx. I really like this set. Model ships in motion always tend to look a bit ropey during this era, but they're pretty well made in this instance. You know, good lighting, good detail. Good stuff. These poor blokes are enjoying some booze and fruit, and even invite the visitors to this, the rockingest party on Titan. They are the first of many to be lasered to death by these red diamond things. This bossy school teacher Imperial Commander looking dude sounds the alarm, but soon enough becomes one in a long line of people who get infected. Luckily the Doctor picks up the call and he and Leela are on the case, but not before the TARDIS flies into this cloud, causing the Doctor to get lightninged in the eyes. Now there's a very rude nucleus in his brain. Leela has the same thing done to her, but she gets rejected because she's all instinct and no science, or something like that. Note that this malignant force also goes for the TARDIS as well, which in itself contains mental activity, so nice touch there. Big props to Leela throughout this entire adventure. There's some good companion action going on with her. One of the more extreme blends of being in a state of constant not knowing what the hell anybody's talking about and fighting your way out of a situation with violent resolve. Basically what I mean by that is there's a lot of knife throwing going on, so wish me all the best in getting this video out of restricted mode. Anyway, better get help. Monsters in the brain are a problem that won't go away in a hurry. Look how hairy his hand is. The Doctor is fighting this battle for control of his own mind with more tenacity than most people would, as you'd expect, but still, he needs help. Cue Professor Marius, a bit of an eccentric pleb but an all-round nice guy. And look who his assistant is, who he created. Yay! He is based in a nearby asteroid belt in the Center for Alien Biomorphology. Pretty well populated, so you probably don't want the virus to... okay. Cool sunglasses though. The safety procedures here are pretty tight. It's impressive, except Marius, who's not even wearing a mask or anything. Check out this weird eye on the door. Leela and K9 hit it off pretty much immediately, and they make it a good odd couple. They're a right pair of fighters, look at them go. She's a dab hand at shooting as well as knife throwing. If you teamed these two with the combat-hungry third Doctor, you'd probably have basically flipping Torchwood. Look where K9 shoots that guy. He's gonna wake up crying. Okay, so here's the plan. Blow K9 a kiss, use Leela's immunity to fight the nucleus, panic because the station's under attack, wake up Leela, pick up some heavy rocks, make some clones, shrink the clones, get yourself injected into the Doctor's head. So this is without doubt my favourite part of the story. These 2 self-sacrificing clones, eat your heart out flesh, journey through all kinds of biological catacombs. As soon as you get blobby looking dark reddy green set pieces with interesting superimposed elements, then I'm a happy chimp. I think this is one of the most commendable type of 70s Doctor Who visuals as seen by today's standards. It's highly imaginative and still pretty credible on the eyes as far as I'm concerned. Bubbles, a big old dance, let's do this. The brain of the Doctor. Neural pathways there, very good. Leela kicks one and it hurts the clone Doctor, I'm not sure how that works. Leela getting attacked by the Doctor's immune systems there, very, very good. Okay, so does anyone want to riff off this? The Doctor talks about his reflex link losing its ability to link with the Time Lord Intelligentsia. 1,000 super brains in one, not my words, his. You really mean to tell me that the concept of Time Lord Intelligentsia has never been explored in any faculty anywhere in the history of Doctor Who canon? Please hit those comments and tell me something I don't know. You'd think there'd be more on this. If I could squeeze an entire video out of this, then I will. Please, tell me something. Anyway, the Doctor tells Leela to use her tracking skills to find the nucleus, which is pretty lazy if you ask me. More neurons, gap between logic and imagination. Ooh. Meanwhile, the real Leela, we'll call her, and K9 kick more arse. I'm actually really fascinated by this wall they cut away. I know, it's tragic, isn't it? But look at the geology there. It's very interesting. Somebody was bored on the prop team. Clone Doctor and Clone Leela travel deep into the realm of dreams and fantasy with an eyebrow man lackey in hot pursuit. Take that. There's the Doctor's dream and fantasy right there. A load of pillars floating in space. Here we go. The big bad of this serial. A dark lump with a claw sticking out of it. The nucleus of the swarm. This molecular parasite immediately jumps on his holy horse about how he has every right to survive and spread, and yeah, he's pretty articulate considering he's that. He's got into the head of a Time Lord, so naturally, as well as spreading across the universe, he's planning to spread across time as well. That is so Axons. Anyway, the Doctor uses the power of the mind to zap the nucleus out of his brain, and that's the end of the clones. They served the narrative well and didn't complain once about their inevitable death. Look at the hair and the knife there. A fitting tribute, I'm sure you'll agree. And then this. The Chosen Chimp is proud to introduce a brand new feature. Good creature or bad creature, you decide. So yeah, that's it. Really, you decide. I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with it per se. It's a little out of context, especially when he's standing there with human actors who have to push him around. I mean, yeah, I get that he's meant to be a giant micro-parasite, but I'm not sure why he has to be one who looks like that. He's alright, I don't know what to make of this guy. According to fandom, Tom Baker said, how am I supposed to act to a jeffing prawn? He didn't say jeffing. And yeah, I can see how that could be a challenge. If I'm honest, I preferred him as that. Thanks, Leela. A well-needed change of pace there. Oh, you go, K9. The bossy temperamental nucleus is planning on using the breeding tanks on Titan to spread the swarm, but the Doctor has extracted the immunity factor from Leela, which they can use to reverse the effect. And there it is, look. That's a great deal more effective. I actually really like those things. And you also get the nucleus doing a little dance, which is okay, I guess. That's it, Doctor, you hide. Leela does her share of shivving right until the final moments, where the Doctor rigs the breeding tanks to give the swarm a big old death before the reaction blows up the entire base. It was Leela's idea. The Doctor isn't exactly trapped in the throes of moral ambiguity. It's a little bit different to how the Doctor reacts when... to be honest, I better not spoil that. At the end of the show, they get to keep the robot dog, but you knew that already. If just for K9 alone, Invisible Enemy was the start of something great. But this was a point when Doctor Who was preparing to set phases to Gothic in a lot of its adventures, with Fang Rock to the left of it and Fendel to the right. This particular serial isn't without its charm, it's just big old prawn. An interesting mix. If this is your favourite serial, then power to you, my good friend. What other Doctor Who stuff would you like me to talk about? Sound off in the comments and don't forget to hit subscribe. Have a good one.